So yeah, there you go. So look, this is going to be mute. It's going to go, you know, it'll be fine in a couple of weeks. It'll be fixed, but it just shouldn't be released like that. I mean, it's not a me problem, is it? It's not a you problem either. It's a their problem. Really? $70? Come on, but it's all down to this amazingly modeled, study level 3D cockpit that allows you to really fly the 737 in your own home.
Nevertheless, grave danger, I fear, in his training.
it. I took this during Discord, and I have some odd random stream during the week, and I'll see you then, folks.
Yeah, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.
And we will certainly see what happens. The sea is climbing all over the place. So we're not crashing it. Right, those buttons. It's time for us to sign off. I think she wants to treat. Do you want to treat with the buttons? Do you want to treat? Okay, just look at me until I actually get off the stage. Excellent, folks. Pleasure as always. See you soon. See you next time.
Greetings, everybody. I'm glad you liked the intro. I was just watching the chat there, and I'd like to thank Microsoft really for letting me use their music. That's Microsoft music, and it's absolutely stunning. I don't know who organised that in Microsoft, but they've got some taste, I can tell you. That's really stunning. Is it a soap? I don't know. Probably both of them, maybe. But it's absolutely stunning music, so thank you, Microsoft. I wrote to them a while ago anyway. So I'm just terrified, I get a copyright strike, Anyway, we're in Paderborn, Lippstadt. I know I butchered that probably. Colonel Klink will shoot me. I'm going to try again. The stream earlier on, I kind of stuffed up the approach into our destination there. It was a tricky one anyway. I looked it up after, and it's like, okay, there's all sorts of stuff you need to do here. I'm going to keep it simple for the time being. So we're going from Paderborn to Liverpool. All right, so we're going to Liverpool. And I gotta go just like this morning. And by the way, if you're trying to watch the replay for the other video that I did this morning, YouTube have bugged out. I'm actually physically now downloading it. No, I downloaded it already, thank God. So I downloaded it, and it's processing. It's taking a long time to process. It's been processing all day. So I put it up as a video, hopefully, after this. So yes, we're in the Airbus, Fenix Airbus again. We're on the North European server. You can join us if you want to. And let's have a look around, because I've downloaded that FTL kind of traffic thing. So is there any other? There's one airplane there. It's white because it doesn't know what livery to give it. That's okay. Otherwise, it'll give it a standard livery. And there's another one, EasyJet. There we go, folks. So it is working. I love that. Now there's obviously someone else at the gate there, some users. So what I can do is disable, the users. But I don't want to exclude my folks who are members and all that kind of stuff. So you'll get some of that sometimes. I hear engine noises screeching. Like someone's taking off or something. Is that some backtracking? I don't know. It's not me. But the sounds are great. Paderborn Airport, incidentally, this has been updated. And I must have been, because I didn't notice all the people standing around, watching me. They're all huddled up there together. He looks like Conan O'Brien there, the guy in front. The American guy, Conan O'Brien. That's him in front there with his crew. He's going to make a report. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. And there's our aircraft there. So we're going to do the exact same as we did this morning. We are going to start from scratch. I'm learning as well. Okay, some experienced people come on, and I thank them very much. I'm delighted because they helped me out. That's how I learned to fly the 737 ages ago, and I've forgotten all about it now. But we're going to get back to that again. Let's get into the cockpit and start from scratch. So those of you who have never flown Flight Simulator will have some sort of an idea. So good. Who have we got on the chat here at the moment? We have Tritz. Thank you very much, Tritz. Subscribed, or he became a member on YouTube. If you want to support the channel, the best way is one of the best ways is to become a member on YouTube. That really helps the channel, and we'll see how we go this winter. Dragon 40th is with us as well. Music is so hype. Yeah, I like the music. It's very good, Microsoft music. Tritz 4, yeah, it all sounds and looks very classy. That's the intro. I noticed something was out of sync there. You wouldn't notice it, but I do, and I'm going to fix that. And Lonely Reaper is going to join us in about 10 minutes. Lonely Reaper, great. And how are you as well? DCS Ducks is with us. Say ho to DCS Ducks. And Dragon 40th, this is on Twitch now. Hey to you, Dragon 40th. Burp, I need some more coffee. Yeah, I need some more coffee after earlier on today. Yeah. I stuffed some things up. Cloppy D on YouTube, greetings to you. Thank you for the intro. I'm glad you like it. Greetings from Lippstadt. Ma is from MA is from Lippstadt on YouTube. Ma, you're very welcome. I hope you enjoyed it. We've a few new people here during the week, which is great. I can't pronounce it. Slatterbast or fast or something. Yeah, flying into low. Yeah, I was flying into low. When trying to learn the Fenix A320 may have been a bit best idea. Entertaining though. Yeah, I bit off more than I could chew. Let's put it that way. So yeah, coming into Innsbruck is a little bit more advanced. Yeah, I looked it up and I was like, oh no, there's all these other stuff I have to do. But no worries. And I should have come in the other way. It would have been easier. It would have been no problem. But I came in the wrong side. I came in the suggested side. Thord Overbottom, flying the BBJ2 with you guys today. Oh, great. Happy days. Hopefully we'll see you. You're feeling fancy as well, you say as well. I hope I haven't butchered your name. Thord, Thord, or Thord. Dave McAvoy, evening. Enjoying our streams. Oh, great, Dave. I'm delighted you're enjoying the streams. I hope you're all learning too. Let me know. Are you all learning? But just put it. Yeah, I don't. Because a lot of people like me are a little bit intimidated. It's like too much. It's just there's so much in it. There is, but we're going to get through it. We learn together. So I have done absolutely nothing. But first, let's get our flight plan done before everything's cold and dark. Okay. Cold and dark. We're going to start it up. We're going to get it working and we're going to get going. So first of all, let's get our flight plan. Now, let's have a look at this. I haven't... where's it gone now? It's gone. I'll open it again. I am using SimBrief. I've got all these windows open. Where are you? Where are you? There we go, SimBrief. I've got a link to the website. Here we go, SimBrief. So, now... I think I have a handle on it. Okay. So we're going to have a new flight. New flight, please. Thank you. We are going, airline will go easy. Flight number doesn't matter, 001. You shall use 001. We're departing from ICAO identifier. Every airport has its unique ICAO identifier. Echo Delta Lima Papa. We're going to Liverpool. Echo Golf Papa. See, loads stuff in already. Alternate Lima. Okay. The date 1645. So it's there behind. Okay, we'll leave it at that. It doesn't matter. We're not in VATSIM. Airframe Airbus. I don't know if it's a Neo. Is it a Neo? The Fenix? Is it a Neo? I don't know. I don't know if it's a Neo or not. Well, let's put it on. Let's leave it as we've always done it so far. I'll look into that. Okay, now what it does here is it puts in the climbing profile and all that kind of stuff. Puts in almost everything. And schedule, fuel, all that kind of everything. Okay. I think that's all I need. Now I can change. I'm going to look down here and look before I generate the flight plan. That looks straight enough to me. Got the diversion is way down here in London, So we'll generate that flight plan and hope for the best. That looks like it may have... See, that's the route there, and I'm hoping it has departure and arrival. Because you've got to put out those in manually from the flight plan into the flight management computer. So I'm going to do that. Dave McAvoy says, I'm currently playing an Xbox beta. It has its issues, however, still enjoyable. It is. A friend of mine has it and it works perfectly well. Exactly. Pretty much the same as a PC. It's the same as a PC, only you've got other stuff you can play with. Let's generate that flight. Is there anything I've forgotten, folks? I don't think so. It does all the mass balance for you, the whole lot. Let's generate that. Now that's loading it up into the cloud. Okay. And I can't have more than one flight plan here as far as which would make sense. Okay. So that's going to generate it. You need to create a SimBrief account. That only takes a second. Right. So that's that done. Yep. It's going to be easy, I hope. Hit the fingerprint. And let's first go to the departure brief. There we go. And here it's going to allow me to... Oh no, not the departure. What am I saying? I need to go to Fenix app here. And this is where I'm going to download that flight plan I just generated from flightsim.to. Tap to import from SimBrief. Boop. I know, is it in? There we go. Got the times and everything. Okay, minus 33 minutes. Don't worry about that. Happy days. Now, the next thing is the Airbus. Let's get it into the Airbus FMC, the flight management computer. I know that's not the right way to call it. I'll have to get used to that. Okay, I'll have to look that up. Now, first of all, we need battery power on. Battery power 1 and 2. And external power is already available. There we go. And all the screens are loading up. And as they're all loading up, be careful, because I made a mistake there last week. The brightness is all the way down, so you got to put on all the brightness up. I thought there was a bug. That's a loudspeaker. I thought there was a bug. Is this one here as well? There we go. And we put on those for just giggles. We'll do the first officer side as well. Good. 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 Okay, and there's more down here. For these screens here and here. All the way up. And all the way up. Excellent. Now, I have to align the navigation system. The ADR. 1 on 2 on 3. But it does take a half an hour. I'm not waiting a half an hour. All you have to do then to make it instant is to switch them all off and on again. 1 on 2 on 3. And now we're all lined up and everything's good. Okay. Flight plan, first of all. Let's get this working. Let's see if we can get this sorted out. Go into init, excuse me, into init first. And request init. Pop that. Takes a second or two. And it's going to load up from SimBrief the flight plan. Great. I'm not going to worry about anything else. I just want to check my flight plan. So I go to flight plan. And there's a discontinuity. That's because it doesn't load the departure sequence or the arrival sequence. You have to do that yourself. And that's made a big difference for me. That was a big problem for me at least. So let's get SimBrief up here. Now after it generated the flight plan, this is what it's generated. This document here. There's a lot of stuff in here. It's got takeoff weights. It's got zero fuel weights. It's got all your mass and balance. It's got your planned fuel here. All your alternate fuel and all that kind of stuff. So that's all done for you, and I know it's very cryptic. I also have to learn this a little bit more. I can kind of make it out. Here's our rating. This is the important part that I want here, right? So our route ID 24. Oh, it's going direct. It's no departure, is there? And then into Liverpool direct. So it's going to be a very simple one. Okay, so what can you do? So wind is westerly. This generates the wind. It takes the weather and it puts it in the appropriate airport. So we're leaving on runway 24 from Lippstadt. I like to write things down. And we're coming back on runway 27 into Liverpool. Okay, let's see how we can manage this. Okay, so does it must have a departure? Is that the departure? I don't know. I'll see it. Or is that a waypoint? We can do direct anyway. So let's have a look. We want our departure here. Click. And we're running from runway 24. And here we go. So there's our our SIDS. Okay. Not give me a SID there. Is someone telling me what to do there? I got a little vid for my reverb of your landing this morning, Grip. How best to get it to you. Still learning this stuff and having problems with Discord at present. Okay, we got a source chat in Discord then, Mike, on YouTube. You got a little vid of my landing. Okay, well let's talk about that. Oh yes, okay, you want to put it on Discord. Well, did you get a log on? Did you get an invite? Mike on YouTube, I'll send you another invite. Okay, you want to get it. It's best to put it on the Discord. So I'll have to, maybe in the cruise we'll have time, and if I remember, hopefully. So I thought SimBrief would have had a arrival and departure. You know? I thought it would have had one. Let's play with it here a little bit more, okay? Let's make one up then, shall we? Let's make one up. Bear with me for a moment. I should have thought of that a little bit more. That was a little bit of a basic flight plan. I chose the first one, you know. I chose the first one. So, Domeg 5, Domeg G. Okay, this is the weak point. What will that give us? We can change it. Dome 5W. Let's see what that gives us. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go to plan mode and I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Does it join up with the rest of the flight plan? It appears to. Okay, so there we go. We're using that one to go. So let's just follow it along. Let's zoom in. I want to get this proper now. All, you know, fail to prepare, prepare to fail, folks. You know. Boom, 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 boom. It all looks good there all the way, I think, to Liverpool. No discontinuities there, no gaps until the last waypoint before Liverpool. There we go. So, oh, is that a big break there? Interesting. Okay, let's have a look at Liverpool then, the arrival into Liverpool. Arrival. I want ILS 27, please. And we want our arrival. So let's see what arrival this one gave us. Pippin. Use Pippin. No, there's no such thing as Pippin there. Okay. Let me just examine this a little bit more. I'm looking here, folks, at the suggested ones here, and I'm trying to see if there's an arrival here, because I want to see. You see, you used to have these Jepson manuals and you could look over the pages and go, okay, yeah, that looks good, but you can go in Navigraph and fluff around with that, but I don't want to spend too long on it. We got a beep there, and thank you very much from Ninja Squirrel 90 followed, and 10 minutes ago Dave McAvoy subscribed. Thank you very much, Dave McAvoy and Ninja Squirrel. I'm glad to see it's worth it. So this is the problem I'm having here, and I'm going to sort this out. I'm having it again today now because it's not giving me one. I thought it would give me one. I don't want to spend hours planning it, because in the real airlines what happens is, I spoke to an Airbus guy and he says, Shane, they're just put in for us already. The planners do it, we just check it and off we go. They've linked everything up, you know, and the pilots don't have to worry about it so much. They check it and they know what they're doing, but there's a little bit of a gap. So let's try this one here for the arrival. And let's see what that gives us. So let's check it again. Up or down arrow to go up, forward, boom, boom. No. Come on. It's going across the UK. There's all the waypoints. There we go, straight in. There is a flight plan discontinuity there, and that looks something odd's gone in there. I don't know what that is. CF27. So I'm going to delete this guy here. Clear first. Hit the discontinuity and insert. Hopefully that'll sort us out. No, it made it worse. What on earth is all that? What in the mother of God is all that? It's gone crazy. That's another bing bang there. And that is for X and Rise, I think. I can't pronounce it. 200. 2006. Welcome. Welcome to the crazy madness, folks. So these are the problems I'm having, okay? Sometimes it works out. I could spend an hour trying to figure it out before the stream. But look, we learn together. So these are the problems you have. These are the issues. So what are those waypoints, you know? Maybe if I change the arrival here and simplify things. So arrival 27. Yeah. Okay. 27. Star. Let me get rid of that now. Approach. No. Arrival. Should be able to change it here. 27. I want to change the star now. Won't let me. Oh, shoot. Back to flight plan. Let's erase that. Destination. Arrival. ILS 27. Oh. I don't know. I don't want to mess it up on the way in. It's like a dominoes effect. I don't want to be working with problems with the flight plan. And let's see if I fix that there. So this is where the knowledge gap is. No. It seems to split off at the very end. See the very end of it there? I don't know why it's going to tripod. You know, what's it going to do to tripod for? Maybe it's the go around. Okay, let's try it and we wing it when we get there. I'll just go, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to direct to the first point of the ILS. That's what I'm going to do. That's how I'll fix that. That's how I'm going to get out of jail. Okay, folks, quick look at the comments there before we start doing checks to get everything started up. I'll just get my screens into play. And you know what? Sometimes you learn by fixing your mistakes. And that's the best way, I have to tell you. It's a fact. I'm just rearranging my screens here so I don't have to rearrange them for the chat. Good, everyone's happy. Icebird is with us again. He's a genius. Icebird helped me there. He's very good. He's been saying quite a lot of stuff there. Let me go back. Just open Navigraph, open the Liverpool airport and choose a star. Yeah, maybe I should do the Navigraph first. I think you said that last day. And pin your charts. Yeah, pin your charts. So I'm going to have to spend a bit of time at Navigraph there, because that does show you the pictures. But maybe this... Yeah, okay, Icebird. Icebird's learning every day. And I don't buy Navigraph for 80 quid a year for not using it. I know it's expensive. I pay for it because of the channel, and I'll make more use. That's what I'll do the next flight tomorrow. Okay, I get Navigraph going because you can see it like on a page. Okay, we'll wing it as we go. Let's go. Let's get the checklist started up. Checklist. Right, gears retracted, flaps are gear. Sorry, no, that's the wrong part of the checklist. That's for after takeoff. Okay, parking brake set, wipers are set to off. I'll just show you where I'm looking because you'll probably be learning with me hopefully as well. Parking brake is set. Yes, there, it's down here. That's your parking brake here. Wipers are off. Believe it or not, that's quite important because you'll ruin the screen. The wipers are off. Spoilers are retracted. Yes, they are. Here's the spoilers here. That's active and that's retracted, or you know, it's pulled down here. That's armed. Sorry, this is armed. That's unarmed, and you can pull them all down. You know. There we go. Engine masters off. Yes, they are. Engine masters 1 and 2 are off. Engine mode selector set to normal. Yes, it is. Thrust levers idle. I'm going to check my detents on my thrust master Airbus there. That's very important. Note to self: bring it back to climb after takeoff for the love of God. All my detents are working. The detents in the Airbus is very important. They're very important. It's all about the detents as far as I can see. Flaps are retracted. Yes, they are. The flaps are up. Anti-skid is set, and usually by default it's on at the sim. There it is. There's the anti-skid. Landing gear is checked down. Yes, and fuel quantity checked. Fuel quantity has been checked. Battery master 1 and 2 were already on. External power is already on. Strobe lights on to auto. Strobe lights on to auto, please. Thank you. Waiting wheels. External power is on. Yes, it's already on. Strobe lights. Sorry, ADRS 1 and 2 aligned. They're already aligned. APU engine fire test. Now I skipped that bit. ADIRS. That's these guys here. Okay, they have to be on. Remember, I switched them off and on again, so they wouldn't take a half an hour. That's very important. APU and engine fire test. This is all this kind of testing they do in the cockpit to make sure everything's working. So you can have failures in this aircraft for all sorts of stuff, you know. So you do all your fire tests there. Instruments display brightness is set. Yes, it is. I would like to have the upper panel here a little bit brighter. I can never put my hands on the button there. Is that it there? Overhead panel. Let's brighten that up a little bit. Oh, that looks nice now. Seatbelt sign is on. Seatbelt sign for the passengers. We'll leave that on, and no smoking. Oh, I have to get in here. It should be on as default, to be honest with you. There we go. And the safety belt signs. There we go. No smoking signs yet done. Emergency exit signs are here. I love the way they animate the switch. Pulls out and then on, or arm. And then we do the CDU setup. Let's load the aircraft first. Okay, so we go to mass and balance. There is all the passengers from the flight plan I generated earlier on, and all the weight. So I'm going to load the aircraft. You can make it realistic for half an hour, 27 minutes, 9 minutes, or instant. I'm going to go instant. Boom, you can see the aircraft slightly moving there. So there's our max zero fuel weight and our center of gravity. Happy days. And that's that done. And now it's taking the gate away because we're fully loaded. How cool is that? There is Conan O'Brien with his friends there watching us again. Yeah, we got a crew here. Okay, init page 1. Let's just double check all that stuff. Init page 1. If I said 001 or something, didn't I? It doesn't matter about the flight number. Cost index, I'm going to go 88 for kicks. Cruise level, we'll go to 30,000 feet. 1, 2, 3. It'll give us the temperature automatically at that altitude. Oh, that's 3,000, no wonder. 30,000 feet. There we go, minus 38 degrees, flight level 30, and that's all set. We're going to go to flight plan, which I've already done, and then RadNav. RadNav's all your radios. It puts them in automatically from your flight plan, which is very nice. If it knows your where you're departing from and when you're going to, it does it automatically. Does it do that in the real world? I don't know, but I check it anyway. I did page 2. Boom. Oh, this way. In the page 2. Okay, we need our zero fuel weight. Zero fuel weight is 60.9. I'm going to round it up. It says 60.8 there. We're going to round it to 60.9. So 60.9 slash. And then our center of gravity is 31.2. 31.2. You can see the format I put it in there, just like the format up here, and boom, there we go. And let's get our fuel planning, and that will take it and give us our block fuel. Okay, 5.9. Okay, fair enough. Into page 2, that's what we've done. And performance, let's go to performance for our V speeds. V1, VR, and V2. V1 is for our stop and go, if we're going to, you know, take off after engine failure or not, or come to a stop on the runway. So for that, we come out of here, we go into departure brief. Let's get the load sheet there. It's giving us all. I want flaps to be 1 flap after takeoff. Forced toga. Now I'm not too sure what that is, so let's say yes. So we're going to take off with full power. Okay. Anti-ice is going to be off. Packs are going to be off. I'm going to have to find out about the packs. And there's our stuff there. And get the weather. And all of this combined with the length of the runway, etc., when we calculate that, it gives us our V speeds. So V1, if we are, when we're taking off, if we have an engine failure, some sort of incident before takeoff, if we can come to a stop before 121 knots, or we make it by the end of the runway. A V rotate is when we actually apply back pressure on the control column to climb, and V2 is our takeoff safety speed, so we will have authority with one engine running if you have an engine failure after rotating. So good. Now this other thing here, flaps. So we got flaps 1 and down, trim down 0.2. Okay, so that is going to be here. Let me just memorize this here for a second here. It's DN02. DN021 slash DN 0.2. 0.2. Now I'm going to ask Icebird all about this. Now, Icebird. He's saying here, if you take off with flex, it would decelerate the takeoff thrust. So your engine will live longer. Okay, I looked that up. I want to ask you though, Icebird, how do I trim it for down 0.2? Because if I look here at the trim, okay, does it do it automatically? Oh, it's less noise for flex. Okay, thank you. Icebird, maybe use a bigger font. Okay. Okay, he's saying not to decelerate. You're saying too much too fast. Trim is done by you. Okay, so it won't physically move the trim for me. If I use the trim wheel here, how do I move the trim wheel? Yeah, so move to minus 0.2. So how do I actually move it? Because I don't physically... Oh, here I... Oh, no, I'm not. I can't physically trim it. Take the trim done by you. Maybe we have to start the engines for the hydraulics for that to work, which would make sense, wouldn't it? Let's try that. Let's hope I don't forget. You need hydraulic pressure. Thank you, FU Max. There you go. There, I came up with it myself. Isn't that great? Okay, well, you helped me. You confirmed it for me. I tried to take credit where it's not mine. I don't. Okay, so where was I? Mother of God. Where was okay. Okay, we were doing the B speeds. Okay, so big speeds. Big speeds. 121, 146. 121. Boom. And what's it, 146? Yeah, 146. 146 for V rotate. And 146 for V2. Excellent. And the rest then I can do later on. So that's performance done. Predicted wind shear is actually working in this. Switching it to auto. I'm going to put the... Is that on or what the hell? Is that, that's system 2. Okay, we used it. Okay. Cockpit doors closed. The Q and H. The Q and H is, and you can get it here if you want to, the weather. It's in Fenix. And we go to my flight. Sometimes I get it from my phone. This one, please, here, departure. Q and H is 1019. 1019. High pressure today, not a lot. Well, I suppose it's a bit. 1019 twice. And 1019 thrice. There we go. VOR VDF we're not using. FCU altitude. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in as a stopgap for the moment. Let's just say it's 5,000 feet for argument's sake. I'm just going to put that down there to 5,000 feet. Just we'll probably have a look at that. You'll probably remind me. A first chat from HXORIQUE. Very important button for you to turn on is the constraints. Yes, you're absolutely right. I'll leave the constraints on for the way out. So the constraints here are, let me zoom in a little bit. Can't really see it. That's 100 feet. 1,100 feet. But we're taking off, so. Speed is as required, it's managed. Heading is managed. IRS alignment is done. EFIS arc 10 miles. Okay, fine, we leave that arc 10 miles. Good. And flight directors both on. They seem to be on by default. There's one here, FD, and one over here, number 2. APU, let's get the APU master on. So APU master, and by default, oh, that start. There we go, on. Now it'll default here to, went up to my mouse. Oh, my mouse has run out of batteries, folks. The light's gone out. The light, yeah. I have batteries ready, but I have to get up, folks. I have to get up to get the damn batteries. You know. Oh wow! Isn't that hilarious? Back in 2 seconds. Time. You know it. You know it. You know it. There's always going to be something. There's always going to be something. Do you know? Let's not rush this now because I can't see the damn thing. Don't make it very hard, is it? Because that's plus. That's okay. That's it. Hopefully. Negative. No, that's not it. So I've got to replace the batteries in the mouse, folks. And they're not telling me which way to put it in. Okay, here we are. And they make it hard for you to actually get at the battery itself. You know, to take it back out. You got to get a pen or some, you know, and not even that's working. So this is the difficulty you have while streaming. What are the chances of that? No. Nope. 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 Bear with me now, folks, for a minute. We're having technical difficulties with the batteries in our mouse. I hope so. I hope not, should I say. Yeah. There we go. It's active again. Mouse is fixed. Maintenance crew can now leave the cockpit. Thank you. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get in. Get in. There we go. We have our mouse. Nice problems. Okay, mouse problems fixed. Okay, so where were we? Checklist. Oh man. Yeah, we just started up. The APU is now started. Crew oxygen supply. It's off. It doesn't model the passengers. Now it's on. Fuel pumps. We need those for fuel purposes. Otherwise, we won't get fuel pumped into the wings. Good. Air conditioning. I'm going to turn it down a little bit because it's quite loud in here. My headset. It did before. It kind of the sound got a little bit lower. But I'm not going to worry about that. Navigation lights on. Navigation lights on. There we go. And we put on the old logo here. We're flying the EasyJet livery today. Once the APU is available, APU bleed. Yes, APU bleed is... Here we go. APU bleed in the air conditioning section. We need that to start the engines. External power off. External power is now off. Great. Beacon light is on because we're going to start the engines down, pushback. Beacon light on. Start pushback. Okay, let's start the pushback. Oh, look at that. See, look at the way the reflection goes off the glass, folks. You know, that is absolutely stunning. And it's great the way they have the people walking around. This gives you a little bit of atmosphere, I think, you know, immerses you a little bit more than usual. Okay, so let me think of, we are going to go, I'm sure I could use Navigraph to see. Let's have a look and see which way we're headed. Ah, yeah, there's everybody. There's the traffic kicking off there now, folks. That's all the actual traffic in the real world with the correct liveries. That looks like the westerly runway to me. That's runway 24. Happy days. How cool is that? Let's see who we have with us. I'm going to activate the tags. Johnny F73 is flying the A320 Neo as well. Johnny F, welcome. Flying Tritz 4 is in the Kodiak. We also have Red Cap as well, and Marvin Biggins is in the Ryanair, so it's not the actual traffic. There's Lord Theme. That's it. I don't know if it loaded in the traffic. It's just us. So there's something I need to do, to be honest with you. And there's Lord Theme 87. Great. Let's get our pushback going. I would start the engines in the pushback, which means we want to go to ground services. Call the tug. Disconnect the ground power unit. Which is disconnected now, and we get the tug to push us back. And parking brake off. We need to take the parking brake off. There we go. You lift it and return it. Off we go. Happy days. And let's start up engine number 2. Put the engine on to start ignition. Engine number 2 is on, and let's have a listen to it jar up before we end up in the grass. There's the engine kicking off. Let's turn now. Wrong way. It'd be nice just to set it. The tug just does it automatically, you know, instead of me having to steer the tug. I don't like having to steer the tug necessarily. Let's stop the push back. Stop, please, Mother of God. No, go away, go away, go away. Thank you. Let's take the parking brake off. It is off. And we'll start engine number 2. Engine number 1 now started. There we go. Engine number 2. All we do is lift the switch and push it forward. Engine number 1 now started. Engine number 1 started. I'm not going to look outside. Engine number 2. There goes the tug. We'll have an ETA now once we lift off above 2,000 feet, and that's going to be very, very, very quick. Let's go back to our checklist here. Big light on, mode selector, engine mode selector back to normal. Once the engine is started, it's kicking off just now. Here it is. It's this one. And the APU is still on. We're going to switch that off. Once both engines are started, we're going to switch off the APU. There we go. We'll be out of here before dawn. It looks like it'll be a landing into Liverpool. Good. Let us then switch the mode on to, there we go. APU bleed off, and master APU. I'm going to switch off the APU. APU bleed off. Master, it's under there. There we go. It's going to stop the APU, I hope. And then autopilot set. So we've got a QNH, we've got our 5,000 altitude in there. Thank you very much, Snappy D, as always. That chat 69 keeps coming on. I don't know how to get rid of them. Do you know? How do I get rid of them for good? Let's have a quick chat here before we start taxiing. Let's have a look at the chat, should I say. Mike on YouTube can't chat in flight as in VR on your 6 coincidentally. I used to live near Lippstadt and now near Liverpool. What are the odds? Yeah, Mike on YouTube. What are the odds? So happy days. Let's have a look here at Icebird's last comment. Right now I get no air to breathe. Icebird, I'm only a simmer. Icebird, I'm not, if I'm not wrong. If the other instructors from ATC, you should leave the SID with 5,000 feet. First option on your checklist should be, do your cordless mouse have enough power? Yes, my mouse, exactly, Iceberg. But look, I know, don't say you're only simmer, because it's quite complicated, and people like you have gotten me started doing this. Otherwise I wouldn't have gotten it anywhere, to be honest with you. So autopilot is all good and set. Now let's taxi. We'll come to the holding point. Parking brakes off. We're going to move forward now, and we're going to taxi. Now all of that stuff I'd be doing, switching lights on and stuff like that. You do it, you know, the other pilot will be doing it while the captain or the pilot flying is taxiing. There we go. Let's get a bit of momentum here. Let's follow the yellow brick road. I love the shadows and the lighting. It's really good. Let's get that mic a little bit closer here. Let's come off this taxiway here. Good. Yeah, I rarely get a chance now to put this in VR. I haven't done it for a while. But VR works really well. You know? There we go. Come down to 2.4. So I'm going to stop behind Marvin Biggins there. And then I'll do all the putting on the transponder on and the lights and all that kind of stuff. So I should have taxi lights here. Let me check to see if they're on. I'm presuming I should. Oh, the rudders are very sensitive. And it is the Tilla we're using, isn't it? That should be on taxi there. Now we can see. Lots of activity. So we've got Flying Trits, the Kodiak, we've got Johnny F in the Airbus, and we've got Marvin Biggins in the Airbus. They're all EasyJet liveries as well. Very nice, boys. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hold behind you, boys. So Johnny F and Marvin Biggins can go one after the other. I'll pop outside and watch you take off. I just want to do I'm going to come behind Marvin Biggins here. I'm going to come to a halt, and I'm going to do those checks. Now you should put the TCAS and the transponder on as you're entering the runway, I believe, which makes sense to me. But seeing as it's just me and it's a simulator, I'll put them on before I move off. There we go. Let's gently brake. There we go. And park and brake on. And let's get the rest of our checklist done. So transponder. I'm going to set it up early. Transponder to on and TCAS on. TRA probe window heat. That should be on already. No, it's not. There we go. Spoilers are armed. Oh, I should have done this. This was taxiing, really, shouldn't I? Spoilers are armed. Flaps set as required. We're going to put one flaps down. Boom. That's what we asked for. Anti-ice is required. We're not. Auto brake is set for our rejected takeoff. And I'm just going to put it on full for shits and giggles. Nose light to taxi, which I've just done. Runway turn off lights on. So I should have done that when I was taxiing, shouldn't I? Parking brake set. Weather radar on. Weather radar, I think I put that on earlier on, didn't I? The weather radar is on. Chrono, hit the start button on the chrono. This is just a timer. Boom, and you see the timer appearing down here. Takeoff config to press. Takeoff config to press. There we've got all our checks to make sure we got everything set up for takeoff, and our takeoff memo is green. And I have my constraints on. Happy days. For takeoff nose light, I'll do all this. Oh look, I'll do all this now. Takeoff. Nose light to take off. Landing light, we need those. Come on, boys. This should be all done as you're entering the runway. Come on, all the way up, please. Thank you. On TCAS is already on. Transponder on. Takeoff. Okay, let's go. Let's go. I'm going to see what happens if I just use the flex, okay? Because you were saying there, iceberg, that's for noise now. I'll remember that. Adding power, taking the parking brake off, adding a little bit of power just to get moving. It's very sensitive on the throttles. Not a lot of throw on the throttles I'm using at all. So it's quite sensitive. Now, the big thing here, folks, is I have to make sure after takeoff, I bring the tent down to climb. Otherwise, I'm going to break all the... I'll go this way. I'm going to break all of the flight planning. I'm going to bust my speeds and my constraints. So I don't want to do that. Okay, boys, off you go. There goes Marvin Biggins. Let's get a good view of him here. Oh, won't do it. There goes Marvin Biggins there. There he goes. I'll just clutter down a little bit. There's Johnny F's already gone. And look at the smoke. I love that. Let's line up. I'll keep rolling. Keep rolling. Okay. I have no lights, so I can't see a thing. Okay, full power up to 50%. Make sure it's stable. And full power to flex. Let's see what that gives us. Off we go, folks. Okay, it's saying takeoff toga. Because that's what I asked for, isn't it? 100 knots now. 120. V1. Oh, not rotate too early. Rotate. 15 degrees. Positive rate. Gear up. I'll have to fix all the lighting. Alt L. Taking the climb. The tent back to climb. Auto throttle's engaged. Autopilot on. Okay, great. Now the computer's following the flight director. I need some lighted here, folks. I can't see a thing. I'm going to leave the flaps down for the moment. Flaps should come up at 4230. Can't see any constraints there yet. I'm going up to 5,000 feet. I'm just going to make up that as the I'm going to make that up as the transition altitude. Look at that. I'm convinced that the cockpit's just darker in the latest update for this aircraft. You know, I am absolutely convinced. Okay, so power to tent. Flaps are going to come up. Gear's already up and no lights. I'll take the flaps up now. There goes the flaps coming up. And we're taking off into the lovely evening here. Let's have a look outside. There we go. How cool is that? After takeoff checklist, folks, is brakes. So that's the takeoff checklist. Wow. Brakes off, of course. I'm going to take off. That's just what I did. Gears retracted, flaps are retracted, spoilers disarm. So let's disarm the spoilers. Boom. Thrust set to climb. Yes, it is. Autopilot is on. Nose light off. Nose light off. Boom. Boom. Runway lights off. Runway lights. Turn off lights, are they? I don't know what they mean by that. Must be the turn off lights. Oops. We're slowing down. Because we're getting towards 5,000 feet. Okay, so let's say we're cleared up to... let's say we're cleared up to 30,000 feet, just for shits and giggles. Jeez. Not 40. Push it in. And that'll be manage mode. And we're going to set our QNH now, so we've been cleared to a flight level to standard. Once and twice. There we go. We're both on standard now. First officer and the captain. I would like some shielding lights here. Where are they? You know? Are they down here somewhere? Here we go. Floodlight. There we go. And there we go. We could have had those on before. They're all over the shop, the lights. Now we got some floodlights, folks. That looks a bit better. So all good. Passing 7,000 feet now. Flight level 300. And let's do the climb. A barometric set above 10,000 feet, which we're going to be in a minute now. We'll take the landing lights off. Anti-ice as required. And safety belt signs off. So we've got 2,000 feet to go. Feet off the pedals, please. Gripper sim. Let's have a look outside. Change the view. And then we'll have a look at the chat. I love the way when you move around, the engine noise changes. Let's see who's following us here. See, it's showing these guys miles away, their tags, but not you guys, you know? And that saddens me. Won't show you. Let's picking up these guys. ETA is... Can't see that. 1823. We've got a bit to go. So that departure worked out nicely. You can even see the scratches in the windshield. I'm going to declutter there now because it's not picking our guys up. It's very infuriating. There we go. So everything's going to plan. Oh god, I did choose a long flight. 625 miles. Okay, let's speed that up. So 625. Oh, I'm going to be here for quite some time in the cruise. I didn't mean to do that. I kind of rushed it. Because you spend a lot of time at the cruise, folks. You know, we could do a direct maybe. That'll save some time as well. But first of all, I burped. I'm going to put the init. I'm going to do init. I'm going to set our cost index to 99. And that should accelerate. See, it's accelerating there, look. So to go as fast as we can go. It's going to waste an awful lot of fuel, but we're not an airline trying to save fuel, are we? Ooh, what's that? What's that? A bit of bumpiness there. A bit of turbulence there. 12,000 feet and climbing. We're all clean, and we're going up. Can you set it to 100? Or 110? 110. Boom. Oh, you can. 110. On the cost index. Let's see if we can actually... No, it's pretty much a straight line, to be honest. You know? Pretty much a straight line. Let's have a look at Navigraph here. Let's open Navigraph and explore Navigraph here. Come on. Come on, Navigraph. Oh, it's open somewhere already, I think. Okay, let's have a look at the comments though. Just resize this window. Good. We have... Can't read that. 78. About an hour. An hour. An hour from now we'll be on the ground. So not the worst in the world, really. We've obviously accelerated things a little bit, I think. Let's go back to ARC. Oops. ARC and... There we go. We got a TCAS here. That's the boys. So this is saying he's below us by 800 feet. Now he's 1,000 feet, 1,000, so he's descending there, see? And he's minus 700 feet. So I love the TCAS. Now earlier on today, I got a warning. I was descending, and I got a warning, and I was on the autopilot, and the aircraft just took over and climbed, which was fascinating. I didn't know it did that, which makes sense. Really, it's an Airbus, so that's pretty cool. So that's absolutely fantastic. So as you can see with the TCAS there, there's no amber light or red light there, you know, and we get all sorts of warnings. Now I forgot to set the tilt on the trim wheel. Now let's see, that's not in my checklist. Now I can't use the trim wheel now. I'm wondering the takeoff, does the trim, after I've set it into the flight FMC, the trim setting, does it do it automatically? And I didn't check that. I just didn't check it. I know that's the F-35, and I actually just downloaded it. I didn't install it though. I need to get that done. I can do it now while we're in the cruise, folks. Who is that? Let's tag up here. You see, it's not giving me the tag. I know it's an F-35. It might be TCS Dux or one of those guys. Or what I'm going to do here is I'm going to install that aircraft. Maybe I'll do it after the stream because I might crash the sim. Because I was on earlier getting prepared, and the sim was open, and Navigraph had an update, and I crashed the sim. So I'll get these aircraft at one point. I didn't realise I had the F-35. So good stuff. Well, we've got a very nice, boys. Very nice. That looks hilarious. Very nice. We've got a nice sunset coming up here. There we go. Can we get the sunset in the windows? No. This side it might be a little bit more enticing. Good. Now I'm going to switch off the camera. I'm going to have my little drink here. Let me just switch off my face just for the moment. If I can find it, that is. There we go. So I'll just switch off my face for eye candy purposes. And we got all sorts of people flying around us here. Oh, that's a nice collision. Thank you very much for that. Try not to set off my TCAS, please. Let's get this view here. There we go. Let's have a look at the chat. On Twitch. First time chat from Ninja Squirrel. I think I mentioned that. Turn on the dome light. Ah, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Ninja Squirrel. Icebird. Evening. Even my mad dog to TCAS. Oh, it's an F-16, a Hawk, and an F-35. Okay. I can't afford to buy all those, folks. I think I already have the Hawk, though. But you see, what happens is you fix your community folder, you take things off, and you got to find all this stuff again. I'm almost thinking of, you know, having a rule where if it's on the sim marketplace, I'd buy it, you know, because you forget about these add-ons over time. Whereas when they're on the Microsoft Store, you don't have to worry about the updates. It does it for you. I don't want to be updating all these things. I know I'm moaning a little bit, but I won't be updating all this stuff all the time and downloading them. Oh, you get tired of it. Third over button. Hydraulics needs to be turned. Oh yeah, that was from earlier on. And Ma's here with us. Good fly, says Ma. So good stuff. Dome lights are up here. Somewhere. That's first officer's dome, not there. And here's mine. Now, oh, there is another dome light. There's another dome light he's talking about. And I keep missing it. There it is. No, there's a dome light somewhere. Is it a switch? There it is. I'm half blind. There we go. No, it's already on. But there was a dome light for in here. You know. Where is the dome light? 24 feet now, 24,000 feet. Flight level 24. And we're going to be at flight level 25 now in a second. Ground speed 458 knots. We got a headwind, which is a bummer. Could be great for landing here. There's our top of climb over here. Okay. Now, I remember switching off the APU. I remember I came back there earlier on this morning when I did a flight. And the APU was switched on. So I said, I'm sure I switched it off. So let's see if it's switched off. Okay, no lights there. And let's check here if the APU. It's off. Okay, great. So that's on when I land. Okay, that's proof that I switched it off. So where are the dome lights? Where are the dome lights you're speaking of? Where is that? Dome, top right console. Top right console. You mean up here? Is it a switch? Just above your nav, lights, etc. Thank you, Flying Midget. Just above the nav lights. Ah, it's a switch. Of course. There we go. Thank you very much for that, Flying Midget. Must remember that. I'm looking for. See, I was looking for a knob like this, you know. There we got some sort of lightage, a little bit better. There you go. Weather looks pretty cool. I said I was going to navograph up. Where's my camera face gone? There we go. I'm back again. Navograph, please. What a loaded navograph. Navograph won't operate for me. I'm sorry I have to do this to you folks. No, navograph won't. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. So, Liverpool. Runway 27. 11175. Approach course 266. Overhead 2,500 feet and join the ILS 2,000 feet at 8.60. We'll see how it works out. I like to be a little bit early. Does it have Cat 3? Yes, it does, apparently. Cat 3A. Decision height 50 feet. Ooh. Cat 2 radio. I usually set the radio to 200 just for shits and giggles, but I should really start following things realistically. But I gotta watch videos of this. I gotta watch more stuff. And how it's actually done. Ah, I got the transition altitude is 5,000 feet. That's not a departure though. We're going to Liverpool. Or by ATC. Yeah, good. So Aegis approach. 3,500. We're coming from around that side as well. Miss approach climb straight ahead to 1,500, then turn right to locator, climbing to 2,000 feet or as directed. Good. Runway elevation 3 hectopascals. Runway elevation. I thought it was going to give you the actual elevation, if you know what I mean. Let's look where we are in our graph. There we go. There we are. So we've got a bit to go. Boom. We're under an hour now until we get to Liverpool, believe it or not. Let's go back to the plate just for shits and giggles. Let's have a look at the approach. Okay, it's definitely not penal. Now, this is what I was talking about. That's coming from the east, or heading east, from Ireland, for example. That'll be penal. This one looks kind of interesting. This is Evos, Gasco, Lizzo. Lizzo would make sense. So Lizzo and Vergus. Let's have a look. Flight plan, okay, 500 to go. Where's Lisa? Destination. Arrival. We're going to 7. I want to change the star though. How can I change the star, folks? Does anybody know how I can change? It won't let me change the star. I thought I could do that. You know? Why can't I change the star? Can I erase that arrival? Okay, I just didn't save it. So how can I change the star? If anyone knows, let me know. It's simple add, amend, delete stuff I need to figure out. Okay. How do I change the damn star? I'd like to delete the approach and add it again. Yeah, 1WI red lad 1. So it's not sure, but you can press the delete then select the line. I think so. You hit the clear. So let's see if I go back to flight plan here. Go to test. Go to arrival. And go clear. You. Invalid. No. No. I could do that for a discontinuity, but not for, you know, let me try it one more time. Maybe the approach I'd need to delete altogether. No, invalid delete. How do I change it? That's okay. That's okay. 1W. I'll just call you 1W. I know it's something very clever how you pronounce that, incidentally, but I just can't figure it out. I would now delete all the waypoints for Star Airport says and redo it. Yes. So what you're saying then is maybe forgot a flight plan. I redo it, but he says you were the captain. I spread. No, I'm taking advice from you. So that's what you do. Let's do what you do. All right. Let's go here. Arrival. Okay, see the waypoints maybe you're saying there, okay. So let's go down to the waypoints. You shouldn't have to delete all the waypoints. I remember doing this now back in the day in the 747. 737. So maybe delete it from here. Flight plan just got deleted there for some reason. That's all that other shite that went in there that I don't know about. There must be an easier way to do it. Because if you look here, if I look at the plan mode, look, this is at the end of it. Look at all this mess here. Tripod. I don't need to go in there, you know? It's an absolute mess. So I've messed it up good up. There we are. Okay, so from here, boom, boom. That's good, that's good, that's good. That's good. That's good, that's good. Come on. From MCT. There's a runway there. Maybe we leave MCT there. Get rid of this one. Let's do all these ones in yellow. Let's do that. Let's have a look at this guy here for a moment. Oh, I went back out. I went back out there, didn't I? That's no good then to me. I need the paper in my hand to see where they are. I'm going to make a hames of this now. I'm going to make a buttons. Producer Buttons is getting upset. Thinking my feet here a little bit. Okay, got rid of some of the nonsense. We did get rid of some of the nonsense. Let's go up one more. We'll figure this out in the way. This is how I learn. So it's splitting off here. I can't read that waypoint. Can I zoom in anymore? No, I cannot. CF27. That needs to go. Bangkok, B-A-N-K, Cox. Ban Cox, get rid of him. it's still there. I hit the wrong button. Clear. Bangkok's. Now what have I done? It's not very intuitive, I feel. No. Let's go. Up again. Down. Mold. Look. Some work. I'll do some work on this, but I'll tell you what we need to do. I will go, when I get closer, I'll just hit direct to Charlie Foxtrot 27, and that'll fix all my problems well ahead of time. No? That's what I'm going to do. That was my initial plan, so we'll try that. Let's have a look and see what people are saying. Iceberg saying it could end badly. So I said only I would do it. One red lad there saying, try to select 06, then come back to 27. I think normally fly the LPL and then LS into 27. I think normally they fly to LPL and then to ILS 27. Yeah, I think so too. I do think so too. So let's check where we are. We're 400 miles away. We've got plenty of time. So let's try that then, right? So, flight plan. Arrival. I'm going to change it now to 09 and insert. Okay, let's see how that goes. And then change it back, you said. Seems to be broken. Okay, right, that's 09, that's fine. Okay, let's try now and add it back as you said. I call you Win Lad. You are in danger of being the hero of the day. Now, what star did I say? I had Navograph up in there, didn't I? That's where we were. We want Lisbon. No, it has Lake and List. It does also say Vegas as well. This looks the closest to it. No, this. No, see how confused I am there. See, that's the problem. So here I'm going. Okay, this will work. This may work. Where's my gas go? Try that one. Definitely not this one. Look, we can keep trying it. Let's try this one. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, it's coming up here. ETP, I don't know what that means yet. Okay, let's go. No. Not that one. Some calf guessing here. Get rid of it again. I wish it would stay. It keeps going back to where I am. Let's try again. It's just a fundamental lack of knowledge here. I see Gasco as one of our points, folks. Oh yes, Iceberg says. You just reminded me of something there. What I did before was, first I should have selected the arrival. The runway I want to let, yeah, that's what I've been doing. ILS 27, and then it should give me them here on this side. I thought, no. I think that'll be definitely a discontinuity there. Let's see if we can do it this. Let's see what that gives us. Looks okay. There's a discontinuity somewhere along the line. That looks okay. Let's try that. Let's delete him. Clear. Boom. And hit erase. No, it's the other one. Clear. Continuity. This one. That seems to have fixed it. I don't know what that loop is for. That appears to have fixed it. Look at those colours outside. See a little bit more. You've got this no discontinuity, so in the flight plan, let's go back up. Boom. Beyond the ILS at that point. Yeah, that looks okay to me. But I'm still not happy. Is in, thank you though, guys, because you helped me fix it. I'm not happy because I fixed it, but I don't know exactly what I was doing when I fixed it, if you know what I mean. A little knowledge is dangerous. You know? Let's have a look and see where we are now in... so we're coming across the channel here now. We have about 20 minutes left.
Traffic.
Now, here's the TCAS. And this is gonna... Let's get this back to nav. Where's it go? For arc here. There's traffic ahead there, okay? That's the TCAS. He's 800 feet below me. Alright, so I want to keep an eye on him. Please don't come straight into me because you're messing with my flight plan. Sure, no, it's no harm. Because the aircraft will take over now. And it'll either climb or descend. It doesn't tell you to turn right or left the TCAS. Just climb or descend. There he is. Who's that? Can't see the track. And he's just below me there. And we're clear. It's clear of conflict. Right? Wait for it. Come on. I want to hear clear of conflict. No, it's not going to do it, no. No. Oh, well. Did I let the people get out of their seats? No! They're all pissed their seats. They all pissed their seats, folks. That's what happens. When you don't... I let them smoke as well. That's what happens. Could be worse. Look at that view. Not long to go now. Let's get some eye candy in. Let's get some music on. Just a little bit of light music perhaps. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to be quiet and get my approach ready while I'm doing that. And this time I have to remember to have a sterile cockpit at some point on the approach. Because I keep talking, looking over at the chat, and then I leave stuff out. We've got a lot of people with us today. I'm sorry I can't see your tags. Now, bit of music. Sorry, folks. I try to avoid you seeing that. Sorry about that. I must have hit a button there by mistake there, folks. Are we still live? Still good, I think. Okay. Okay, so Iceberg, you're saying it would be better to import SimBrief into Navigraph. Okay, I'll do that next time. And this is the way you could see where you are and that your flight plan is working. It's way easier, he says. Some flight sim guys out in Twitch do it the hard way. Okay, I'm doing it the hard way. So, in the future, I load it from SimBrief into Navigraph. Okay. I don't know why they bought SimBrief. Okay? SimBrief is much... You know, why did they buy SimBrief? I don't get it. Because Navigraph is much easier to use. But thank you, Iceberg. All this is what you're saying is useful. You know, I don't, because there's a lot of in the chat I don't get back to it and I miss it sometimes. First SimBrief. Yes, so first SimBrief. And then the flight plan. Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. Good stuff, thank you. Okay, let's get ready. Let's enter in our destination data. Jeez, we've got 163 miles to go. I'm going to use my phone to get the destination data. I know you can't see it, but what can you do? Okay, we are going to echo. Golf, Papa. I've got to be quick now. Temperature 17 degrees. Atlantic wind is 190 at 9 knots. Transition is 5,000 feet. Barrow, I usually put the radio, we'll just put it in 200 for now. Into the day's work. Yeah, that's the destination data in. For now, I can change it as we go. Is the music too loud? Okay, I'd rather have some ambient music, please. Thank you. That sounds better. Okay, let's get our cruise checklist out of the way. QNH temperature, winds done, transition altitude, minimums, landing config. Let's get the okay, landing config, PCO altitude. We are going to come down to. Let's put it down to 5,000 feet. Now here, seatbelt sign still on. I'll put the safety belt sign on there. It's only a safety belt, I'm not worried about that. It's good to think about it though. Anti-ice barometric reference is noted. 10,000 feet. Now, the big thing is, if I can turn the music down for a moment here. Icebird. HC will give me the procedure. Okay, thank you, Icebird. Now, Icebird, here's the question you might be able to answer for me. When do I activate approach phase? You know, it slows you down. I know you told me this before. So the descent is here. Do I have to activate the computer when I get to that point? I have to activate to descend. Start my descent. You know, and when do I activate my approach phase? Is the thing. So it should be around about. We should start descending about 100 miles out. Okay. Just by the 3 times table there. Okay, approach phase should be activated on its own in the bus. Okay, because I have now the altitude is not in managed mode. Because if I set it to managed mode, it'll start descending. Here, the altitude. There is a magenta dot, yes. There is, I'm aware of that, thank you. Yeah. So I should put this back up to 30,000 feet, are you saying? And leave it in managed mode? Let's try that then. Let's put it back to where it was. Oh no, it won't go back into managed mode. Probably because I've already changed it. This is the spot where the approach should start, says Iceberg, but I only did the FAW320 Neo, I don't have the Phoenix. Down there is the top of descent, 5,000 feet descent of the Aero, yeah. Okay, so let's put it down to 5,000 feet and then we can set it. So you got about 40 miles to go to descent. How do I activate the weather radar is another thing. I can activate the train radar alright, here. The weather radar. I don't see any weather. And you should be able to tilt it up and down the radar and stuff like that. That's the weather radar here. That's the tilt. Down arrow is the top of descent. Thank you, Red Lad. Here's the 5,000 feet to descent at the arrow. Okay, so I actually manually do it. What I'm trying to ascertain is, does it automatically descend? Or do I have to activate the descent really manually with the autopilot? That's what I'm thinking. So now what I'll have to do is... that's happening to everybody. Where's my mouse gone now? Why does it do this to me? Why does Microsoft insist on this? This is not the mouse this time. This is the bloody menu. I hit return here. Oh, it's frozen. It's bloody well frozen. I'm getting no indications from Streamlabs, by the way, that we're having problems with the connection. There we go. It's back. It does that to everybody. If you go to the top of the descent and you set the lower altitude you're on in manage mode, the plane should start descending on its own. Okay. Okay, put it out to descent 5,000. Okay, I can put it back in again. Okay, look at that. Graphics, folks. Look at that. Okay, so we'll do it automatically. Iceberg says, if you come down to the top of descent and you set a lower altitude and you are on managed mode, the plane should start descending on its own. Okay. Right, let's see. Oh, camera. Sorry, folks. Got the camera off there for a little bit. Let's put the old face cam on so you can see my shock and horror. Here's our approach. Let's check the radnav. The frequency for the ILS is... Let's just confirm the frequency. I'm pretty sure it was 111.75. Approach 427. 111.75. Approach course is 266, and they have 266 here. Great. Flight slope of 3 degrees minus 3 degrees. Great. And we were base altitude 3,000 feet. 2,000 feet, correction. To join the ILS. Okay, I get you, Iceberg. Thank you. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So that's good. Let's go back to the flight plan. So I calculated 100 miles out. We're not far off it. Maybe 110 miles. But I wasn't far off it, was I? Normally they say the altitude of the runway of 2,000 feet. For the ILS, I didn't take that into account, so it's close enough. It's all good so far. Let's have a quick look outside before we get busy. That is quite a sunset. That is quite the centre. You will need to press the descend. Press it now. 33,000 feet is too far to drop in 100 miles. Yes, this is the thing. Okay. So you're saying descend to 3,000 feet and 30,000 feet. Okay, it's 10 miles out. It's not going to make a difference. Let's do it now then. Let's be sure. There we go. I'm descending now. Ah, there we go. We're just on. Well done. We're just... Oh, we're going below our profile. But look. It doesn't really matter, does it? You know? We're going a little bit above our profile, but don't worry about it. Let's not worry too much. Iceberg says that's perfect. Great. So that's how it's done. Is that right, Iceberg and Red Lad? Is that the right way I'm doing it? Is that what you've been doing? What was that squiggly line for again? I can't remember. You told me this, Iceberg. Is it the squiggly line? Let me see if I remember. If I remember now, I'll always remember. Okay, tell me, what's the squiggly line for? Damn it, I can't remember. That's the way you do it. Excellent. Okay. Nice one, Iceberg. That's what I was doing. 30,000 feet multiplied by 3 is 90. Plus 10 is at 10,000. Okay, cool. Great. There's another one flying by. Sorry, YouTube. I have been missing your comments there. Let's go and have a look and see what you've been saying. Toward over button. Oh yes, that was earlier on. Floppy D saying nice sunset. Digital Flight in VR says, I found out since the last 2 updates that the lost connection is happening much more frequently, and it's also freezing where you can't click OK to get rid of it. That's exactly what's happened to me. Digital Flight. So with the latest update, they fixed some bugs and added some bugs. This is what Microsoft does. I used to be in IT. And 80 miles to go. I used to be in IT. Now we're on profile. Look. Now we're on profile. I used to be in IT, and they'd update something, you know, SQL or something, and they'd have this new thing that would be great, but it didn't quite work. So they'd have an update for that to make it work better, but they break other stuff. And then they'd have the update to break other stuff and to add in new stuff. And it's circle. It's a circle for everyone because you got to keep paying for the updates, you know, and all this new software. I don't think they're doing it in flight sim on purpose. I think it's just a habit they've gotten themselves into. Descent checklist. FCU attitude is pressed and starts the safety belt sign. We'll get everyone to put on the safety belt sign here. Yeah. Its own. Anti-ice. Off. Why does it say off there? It's not the right checklist. Because I might be in cloud. I might want the anti-ice. Barometric altitude is set. That's when I get below transition altitude of 5,000 feet. And when we get below 10,000 feet, we want to switch the landing lights on. Okay. Fine. We're ahead of time. We're all good. We have 71 miles to go. It's happening quick, folks. It's happening thick and fast. I'm going to put on the LS. I know where I'm at a range, but I have the frequency here. As you can see, when I put on LS, I got 111.75. I should see the DME then coming in once we're in range of the VOR. Sorry, of the ILS. Of the glide slope. So we're on profile, and everything's looking good. Let's hop outside and look at some eye candy. There we go. There's the UK. Does it really look like that, though? Maybe it does. You know, we don't see it from up here. What city is that? That's got to be Liverpool, maybe? No? Is the airport that far away? Oh, the colours. Just incredible. Producer Buttons is starting to kick off a little bit. Hopefully she won't start jumping and things. Producer Buttons has a habit of going behind the cables and disconnecting the sim. I hear the engine's powering down now. Are we going too fast is the question. Let's activate this approach phase anyway. That's a performance. That will slow us down, I know that much. Activate it. Now we should start slowing down. Oh, I see. In rate of descent, you should get. Let me write that down. Let me write that down. Rate of descent. Rate of descent. Speed. Multiplied by 5. E.g. Look at, I'll just cut and paste. 17,000 feet now in raw profile. Notepad. Sorry about this, folks. Hopefully it doesn't come up and it doesn't let me do the search there. It's very annoying. On the other monitor. Where is the notepad? Go away. No, not now. Just a button, please. Good talk. Good talk. Sit. Not now. Not now, producer buttons, please. What time is it now? It is local time 18:15. Okay. 40,000 feet now. Let's go to 3,000 feet. Set it to 2, shall we? We're on the profile. It's not giving you a speed dot though. Let's slow everything down a little bit. Now I don't know if this will work with the cost index there. Oh, it does. Slowing down. There we go. slowing everything down a little bit. Now it'll catch up, it's just slowing down, and we've lost altitude there, so we're just a little bit low from profile, that's all. Right. Let's get the shot back. A bit early for approach mode. I think maybe 5,000 feet and 30 miles out would be activated automatically. Flaps 1. A bit early for approach mode, I think. Maybe at 5,000 feet and 30 miles out, but it would be activated automatically at flaps 1. Oh, really? I did not know this, Red Lad. I did not know that. I did not know that. So we are 41 miles out only. Let's get ahead of ourselves. Don't understand. Check the standard approach. Range reduced. Constraints display. Constraints should be displayed. Constraints are displayed here. Okay, that's fine. Confirm ILS frequency and CRS. I've done that already. Intercept heading fine. Approach mode. All I have to do is when I get there onto the ILS and the frequency is in. Okay, we've got an ident there, which is great. I've got LS mode. Put in lock mode there as well. All I have to do is hit the approach button initially, and then I'll go manual. 10 miles out flaps 1, and then we're going to go to 8 miles out flaps 2, and then when flaps 2 is down, we'll put the gear down, auto brake, set nose light to take off, runway lights will be switched off, spoilers will be armed, and when the gear is down, I go to flaps 3 and auto throttle mode off. Now, one thing I haven't done, I had an autopilot, a disconnect button on my controller, but it's not working, so I'll just have to do it manually and see how we go. There's going to be lots of beeping on landing, but what can you do? So we're on speed profile now, which is great, so I don't need the speed brakes, and we're on altitude profile as well. See that little dots there, great. So it's all set up, all good. Hopefully this will be a better approach than I did with Innsbruck. Innsbruck earlier on was a little bit of a mess. And YouTube won't put it on. I don't know, that's a bug or something. But I'll do that manually or today's stream, so you can watch my shock and horror. 34 miles out now. Let's have a look outside. Let's get rid of my camera for the moment. My face cam, you put it back on for the landing. I'm also going to start the recorder earlier because, you know, when one bad thing happens, like a set of dominoes, you know, you miss everything. This could be my most successful flight. Yes, Squirrel, how are you? I will accept that friend request when I get down. I can't do it now, can I? No, I can't. Come here to our last turn. We're not in range of the ILS just yet. We should get miles here, and we should see our ILS appearing here. 30 miles to go now. 30 miles. Oh, we can't see anything here. There you go. Don't forget to hit the like button. Is there a like button on Twitch? I don't know. There's a like button on YouTube. And you can subscribe on YouTube if you want to be notified, and hit the bell, by the way. There's a little bell here. Let me show you. So, on YouTube there's a like button here. Oh yeah, hit the like button, will you? 19 of you watching and you haven't hit the like button. Oh, come on. Or dislike. This is a join button here. That's for becoming a member. You can support the member the channel by hitting the join button. You get little emojis, but the big thing is you don't see any ads. when you watch the channel. Or I'm not too sure if it's just this channel or it's a 5 or something. But I'm definitely you won't get any ads if you join as a member. And you get other things like chats and stuff like that. And the subscribe button is, because I'm already subscribed, it's there as well somewhere. I've got a different picture than you have, so you can subscribe or become a member or hit the like button, whichever you choose. We got a bing bing there, and that's from Red Lad 1 is followed. Thank you, Red Lad 1. It's good to have you because I need help, do you know? There we go. We have the localizer and the glide slope will come shortly, I hope. We're on profile. 23 miles to go. 23 miles to go. Damn. I'll have to go. Oh, the landing lights are put on already. Damn. Look what I'm after doing, lads. That's what happens. I just put it to 1019 now, no, it's different. The actual QNH is stand by. 1009. This could mess things up there. That's my big mistake. Better late than never. QH, can we check that please? John Lennon, yeah, Liverpool. Okay, display. Strength on ILS, turn miles out, flaps 1. We're 16 miles out now. We've got a signal now from the ILS. 16 miles out. UNH set. Ooh, we're going into the soup, folks. I'm going to switch off my light, Alt-L. We're going into the soup. First time chat from Joel 123 123 123. You're not on VATSIM right now, are you? No. I'd be screwed if I wasn't VATSIM because they'd be giving out to me because I got the wrong QNH in. And I need to get fluent with the Airbus first, I feel. Too high slightly, Red Lad says. Yeah, it says it's on profile, but I think maybe I'll increase my rate of descent. I'm going to hit approach mode now in a second. I'm going to hit approach mode. Once it's in that dot, in that degree there, we're going to hit approach mode. Okay, approach mode is coming on. Approach mode on. Cat 3 single. Let's put on the two of them. Do we have Cat 3? We have a Cat 3, great. So we can come right down. Okay, 11 miles. 10 miles out, I'm going to put down flaps 1. So we've captured the ILS. We're capturing it. Yeah, we're a little bit high there. Thank you, Red Lad. How did you know, though? Because the profile that was telling me everything was fine. And we were, look, you know, I'd like to capture it at 10 miles out. But then again, the plates say it's like, it's a lot closer. Do you know? The plates and Navigraph say you want to capture it at 5.9 miles. I don't know, you know. Okay, we captured 10 miles out. Let us put flaps 1. I've set flaps 1 on my physical control column. There's flaps 1 set there. If you can see it. Set go around altitude. Let's set that down to 3,000 feet. 8 miles out, flaps 2. We need to get some lights on. 8 miles out now where I'm setting flap 2. Flap 2 is set. Oh, a little bit early for the old flaps there. Okay, a little bit early for the old flaps. I'll put a little bit of speed brake out there. There, flaps 2. Speed brake off. Okay, a little bit. Good. Landing gear coming down. What is happening here? Why is the power being increased? Shit. I'm going manual. I'm going manual. Yeah, I hit the throttle. My hand hit the throttle there. You're dead.
Light slow.
Coming back to 100. I want to level off here for the
Light
moment.
slow.
My hand hit the damn physical throttle,
Light slow.
which is a real pain in the neck.
Light
And producer
slow.
buttons is jumping all over the place now. Great.
Light slow. Light slow.
Button, stop! Come away! Come away!
Light slow.
Oh man, the dog went right behind the cables.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow.
Now the buttons is underneath the cables.
Light slow. Light
Speed,
slow.
speed,
Too
speed.
low.
Too low.
Terrain.
Okay,
Too low. Terrain. Light slow.
you got it.
Light
Producer
slow.
buttons
speed,
is right on those cables. Okay,
Light slow.
I'll get the glides up. Don't you worry.
Light slow.
Here's Dan. Here's Dan. We're on the profile now. That's too high. I put the last stage of flaps down there and we ballooned seriously. We ballooned right up. No worry, we'll get it.
Think rate.
The dog is in danger of... I have to ignore the dog now. Oh man, this is just so embarrassing.
Pull up. Pull up. Think rate.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue. Worst approach ever.
Light slow.
Awful.
Speed, speed, speed.
Awful.
30.
Pull up.
10. Retard.
Awful. Reverse on. Flaps up. Reverse off. That was awful. My hand, I can't believe I did that. The power went right up to climb. I think that's what I did. I just tipped the damn physical control. Let's get that music lowered a little bit and get out of the taxiway and clean everything up. We're going to do the replay and see how I rescue that landing because it was pretty poor. I'd say the landing rate was phenomenal. We can exit off here and we want the runway turn off lights on. Retract the lights, they were actually off. I didn't switch them on. I thought I switched them on. Nose to taxi. There we go. All happens at once. If you just watch the channel, producer buttons gets a little bit tired after maybe 2 hours. She wants a treat, and she goes behind where all the cables are. And if you pull a USB, I don't know what wire it is she's pulling at, but she disconnects the stream. And she just went by. She's all tangled up behind the cables. I'm not going to say anything to her now. I'm not going to say anything. Let's get the speed brakes. There's a problem there. That was a problem. That was a serious problem there. And let's get to the checklist. Let's get to the gate, and then we'll have a review of that landing, which was atrocious. Okay, so... Okay, that's set. That's all good. Fine. Yep. After landing, it all went to shit right at the end there. Slightest thing. Weather radar off. I usually do this when they're taxiing. is the... I can't see anything. Hotel. Radar off, and we get the restricted wind shear off. Thank you. Props roller retractor TCAS to come off, and so is the transponder. TCAS off. Transponder back to standby. Restricted wind shear off, which is down here actually, and which I already did. Nose light to taxi, which I set. Landing light are off. I did that. Spoilers retracted. APU master on. Let's put on the APU. APU. APU master on. And start the APU. On. Thank you. That'll kick off down a minute. And anti-ice is required. We can switch off the window heat as well. Program window heat. Good. Let's taxi to the gates. Let's request taxi. Using this here. Liverpool ground. Let's taxi to parking. And acknowledge. So taxi, oh, it doesn't give me very much information there, does it? Okay, so let's go to the taxi, park up. We won't switch off the engines because we need the engines on for the replay. So I must have tipped those down, that accelerator, the power, when it was on climb there. I don't recall doing it, but that's the only explanation. You guys are watching. I'm gonna look at the comments now in a sec, and we're gonna see. Some of the buttons aren't working. Like the autopilot disconnect won't work on my controls. Now, where are we going? I'm going to go to the right here. Let's go this way. Those are the boys there, I think. That's Flying Trits. Hey, Flying Trits, how are you? Oh, good. Oh, that button does work. Okay. There's a little add-on here I'm playing with. You see the little, I don't know if you can notice the little, the green follow me kind of thing. So it's quite handy if you're in a big airport. Now the biggest challenge, so you get to these big airports, is how do you taxi around the place? You know, you got to study it up. I'm going to come in here now. Always drama on this channel, anyway, folks. You know. Where's you want me to go in there? Okay. I can't see. Oh, there we go. I can see the line now. There we go. Just taxi forward. There's the guy with the sticks behind the truck, of course. There you go, see him? There we go, brakes on, back on. And here we are at Liverpool. Here we are. Here we are. Always drama, right? Everything worked out so well. Now let's have a look at the comments before we do the replay. I want to see if you saw what I did there, for the full power to be activated there on a nice approach. Let's have a look here. Digital flight viewer. I found since the last two updates that the lost connection. Oh yeah, we saw that. Took my first real flight with the Cessna 172. Oh, this is flight digital VR here. No, that's. I'll read it anyway. Took my first real flight last week in the Cessna 152. Oh, real flight. And for me, that was complicated enough. LOL. Can't wait to fly again. Heaven knows how complicated it would be for the real thing. Absolutely beautiful sunset. Yeah, real flying. It's actually very straightforward on those small little airplanes. It really is compared to this. This is a different thing altogether. Okay, let's see if Icebird see what I did wrong here. Let's see if Icebird spotted what I did. More than likely he did. Use the link just to delete the space off the point. Okay, that was earlier on. Auto thrust is off. Yeah, how did it go off? What's your speed now? How did auto thrust switch off? Do you know? Joe is saying you have to watch out on setting the flaps. Don't estimate, just look at your flap indication on your PFD. Yeah, maybe it was the flaps I loaded too early and then it disconnected the auto throttle. Maybe that's the flaps, because I did put the flaps down too early, didn't I? And that I overspent the flaps. You disconnected the autopilot. Yeah, but how though? Usually when I disconnect the auto... yeah, I disconnected it, but I don't know how. Because the auto throttle was at full power at one point and it messed up the approach. You know, so I'll have to re-look at this. Look at everyone there. It's a busy... Is that actually... It is. That's Johnny F, Red Cap and Lonely Reaper. Wind Force. Marvin Biggins is here as well. We've got Milky Irish there in the A320 as well. Now, of course, at the very last minute, there's aircraft taking off. There's activity happening. See all this aircraft? This is the add-on I was talking about. Oh, Button, so did you come over here? She just walked over all the cables. And she didn't trip one of them. But well done. You're going to get a thing. There's what I'm talking about. That's the traffic there, as well as us. So, there we go, folks. Okay, let's have a look at this replay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the time to daylight so you can see that landing. And to my shock car. So I'm going to change the time. That'll do. Let's get the replay going. Yeah, I disconnected the autopilot because I hit the damn throttles, I'm sure of it. Well, you know, I've done that lots of times. Once I see I'm on the ILS, I'm usually home. Let's stop the recording. Let's hit the replay button. Let's take us down a bit because I started it early. There we go. Let's declutter. Resume replay. And that's producer buttons looking for attention if you hear that noise. So here, it must have been before there. This is manual now. This is manual. So let's bring it down a little bit further. Also, because of all the hassle, I had the speed brakes out at some point. Maybe not. Maybe not. I remember taking them up. And that's the problem. So look at that's awful. Look, you know, too slow. I messed everything up. It's absolutely shocking. And everything else went well, except for the landing. And I'm usually okay with. I'm very good at landing. Now, I'm going to organise my go-rounds now because you would go around. The minute that disconnected, I would have gone around, you know. I would have gone around for sure. But I kept it going. I don't want to go for another half an hour after the go-around. But as you can see there, that angle of attack is way too high. Way, way, way too high. Oh yeah, my face. I didn't even get my face back on there so you can see my shock and horror. Producer buttons, please. Good talk. Good talk. Now here we go. Awful. Awful. The worst approach I've ever made. And I'm not going to sleep well tonight. That's happened twice to me today. But did I rescue it at the end? Not really, no. No. I'm not going to show you that again. No, I didn't. I didn't do well there at all. What was the landing rate there? 2,000 feet a minute? I know, it was a bit more than 30 feet a minute. Come on. I don't think that's working. Pause replay. There's no way that was 30 feet a minute. No way was that 30 feet a minute. No way was that 30 feet a minute. 4,477 feet a minute. You know, and that's... I wonder what the limit is. Does anyone know what the limit is? It's getting choppy now. There's no way that was 30 feet a minute. So there's the balloon there, and I went too high. And then it was... I applied back pressure. I noticed this when you apply back pressure, nothing really happens. Probably... Yeah, 2,700 feet a minute. Shocking. Anyway, folks, it went well except for the last bit, when for some reason the autopilot disconnected and it went to full power, went to climb power. So look, I don't think you'd be watching otherwise. Trace says that was flight night stuff. Great, I'll have to learn how to fly this aircraft properly. I will. I will too. Joe is saying you had an unstable approach. I know, don't you know? To go around when you have to follow up a pattern and come back. Maybe I'll do that in future. Only Reaper, thanks for the stream and lovely flight. Let's have a look at YouTube. Mike and YouTube, nice sunset though. Okay, yeah, it was a nice sunset. It was a great sunset, and isn't the scenery looking fantastic? So, folks, I will see you tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. I'm going to do the Airbus again, and I'm going to keep doing it until I get it right. For some reason, my landings are just terrible, you know. Don't be adding full power on final. That's the thing. Look, next time, I'll probably get that right tomorrow. It'll happen. So, folks, thank you very much for joining and watching and following. Thank you to One Red Lad, to X and your Arse 2006. I think that a Ninja Squirrel, and Dave McCoy, and for Tritz for becoming a member for 11 months. Thank you very much, and thanks everyone else for watching. Interesting time. It wasn't easy, but look at. That's... Oh, thank you very much. Joe123 is following. Thank you, Joe. We'll see you. So, just before I go then, seeing as you're all watching now, midweek, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I have a stream at 11 o'clock Irish time, local. And I have a stream at 5 o'clock local Irish time for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And at Sunday, we have the 2100 hour stream. That's 9 o'clock in the evening, local time. Hit the like button. And I'll see you all... If I can find this thing here. I'll see you all very, 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 very soon, folks. So thank you very much.